Howdy and welcome to the podcast. This is a podcast I have been dying to do in a big way. I got to do some errands, so we're going to film this on the run here. Which drone to buy? You want to get into the drone business, you want to buy a drone, and I'm telling you this right up front, I'm not the expert. I'm telling you what I did, what I went through. I watched what had to be a million people's opinions, a million videos on which drone to buy. And in truth, in the end, I got a little fortunate because I waited a little bit to buy any drone. And sometimes patience pays off because I believe I got a good deal. Now, which drone to buy? You want to get into the drone business? You want to, and this is strictly a commercial podcast. This has nothing to do with being a hobbyist. You want to be a hobbyist, great. More power to you. But this has everything to do with you want to start a business. Now, any business you start, first and foremost, you want to forget about what the business is. What you're selling, what service you're providing. You want to completely forget about that and get into your own head and ask yourself, are you ready to run a business? The answer is always going to be no. So are you ready enough to run a business? And that's when you know you're ready to get in. Am I ready enough? Now, once you've answered that question, you can proceed to any business, drone or otherwise. You're selling penny candies, ice cream truck, hot dog vendor, whatever. Then you can proceed into that. But first and foremost, you want to answer that question. Secondly, which drone do you buy? Now, obviously, you're going to be buying a DJI drone. Which DJI drone? Let me tell you what I found out. Here's what I found out. Number one, you're going to want to spend about 10 grand on the start of any drone business. And that's about 10 grand on equipment. Now, don't let that scare you, because if someone said you can open a McDonald's for 10 grand, you'd be all over it. You'd be all over. You'd borrow money from you punch your grandmother in the stomach to get 10 grand to open a McDonald's. So opening any business for under 10 grand, that's a good deal. That's a fantastic deal. So don't ever feel like you're getting ripped off. DJI puts out a good product. I later found out they're actually from China. Scared me a little bit. I didn't know that until the day before I clicked purchase. And China didn't have the best reputation, so I got a little nervous there, but that's okay, because it worked out for the best, because I knew DJI was the best. I just didn't know they were Chinese. But China is stepping up their game. Japan did the same thing back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. Now, everybody looks at Japan like they have the greatest products in the world. But if you look back, they had the same reputation as China in the beginning. Just crappy cameras and electronics and TVs. It's all trash. And they built their reputation. Japan built their reputation. And I believe China's doing the same thing. Because this drone is awesome. Any of their drones are awesome. With the exception of the Spark commercially. You can write that one off the list. The 3 drones you're looking at are going to be one of the Inspires, one of the Phantoms, or on the low end, a Mavic. Alright, fine. I bought the Inspire 2. That's just how it worked out. I had 10 grand set aside, and I needed to purchase something, but I wasn't sure what. Here's why I purchased the Inspire 2. Battery redundancy, safety, durability, flight characteristics, and ease of use. And the ease of use thing goes across the entire DJI line. Everything they have is the same. All their controls, all their apps, all the drones have the same, it's beautiful. It's all the same. So don't even be concerned with that. Once you learn one drone, you'll know all except some little specifics about all the drones. It's that good. They put out that good of a product. And they back it up. I broke my drone. Well, I didn't break it. The circuit board, the main circuit board, main video circuit board went. They shipped it. I shipped it to them. They shipped it back. Bingo. Done. And that was with the DJI Care Refresh. All right. So I bought the drone for redundancy. By redundancy, I mean dual batteries, dual IMUs, dual barometers, and some of the best safety features I've seen on a drone in the 2 years that I've been watching. And I watched carefully for over 2 years. Just watched. Didn't purchase anything, didn't buy anything, didn't join any forums, didn't talk to anybody, just watched. Watch what everybody's doing, watch what all the pros are doing. And after a while, I found out, okay, they're all going DJI. Some of the guys are going Unique. And then Unique went under. And I was like, all right, looks like we're going with DJI. The safety, the redundancies bring such a level of safety to this device that you can't even argue with it. When you're flying over someone's property, when you're flying over someone's multi-million-dollar property, $100,000 property, $10,000 property, you don't want this thing to come down for a reason you could have avoided. And that's worth the extra $2,000 that I spent over a Phantom setup. And we'll get to the setup later. And my regrets. Now, the ease of use goes across the line. The durability, it's been very durable for a new flyer. I'm a new flyer. I've been flying less than a year, about 8 months. And it's put up with some of my nonsense. I haven't crashed the drone. I haven't wrecked. I haven't hit anything solid. The worst thing I hit was my shorts. The first day I had it, it doesn't have a combination stick maneuver. So I learned quickly that it doesn't have the combination stick maneuver, and I only had to sacrifice a pair of my camo cargo shorts, which I really shouldn't be wearing. Kid shorts anyways. So, what are my regrets on buying $10,000 worth of drone? Zero. I have zero regrets for buying $10,000 worth of drone. What are my regrets for buying this particular drone? Now, as a business owner, you're also, looking for as much redundancy as you can. If you're a mechanic, you just don't want one wrench. So I bought a bunch of batteries, I bought a bunch of props, I bought a bunch of this, I bought a bunch of that. What I regret not doing is buying another body, buying another airframe. Yeah, it would have been another $3,000, but it would have been worth it. Because now, if the main bird goes down, I'm a little stuck. I'm going to have to call somebody with an Inspire and say, hey, I got a job for you. I can't finish this job. I need you to finish it for me. You take the money. So I wish I had bought another airframe. And that's where we're going back to the $10,000 for a drone. $10,000 for a drone is not a problem. Do it. Just do it. But buy two. Either buy two Inspires, that's $6,000 worth of bodies, and you buy as many batteries as you can get, one controller, one or two cameras, as much as you can get your hands on, all right? Next up, you want to strongly consider buying two Phantoms. If you buy two Phantoms, that frees you up to buy a second controller, the DJI goggles. It frees you up to buy a lot more. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with the Phantoms. The advantage that the Inspires have over the Phantoms is wind speed, flight characteristics. You can fly better in stronger winds in both of the Inspires 1 and 2. That's it. And there's a couple other things, battery redundancy, but that's only with the Inspire 2. But as far as the Phantom goes, excellent device. Works like a charm. I flew one. It was easy. It was friggin' easy. I flew a Mavic too. That was fun. Mavics are a little bit too much fun. I would have a lot of I would have too much fun with a Mavic. I wouldn't want to work. I'd be just like, flying that thing all over the place. It's a ton of fun. The difference between flying a Mavic and an Inspire 2 is like driving a Ferrari one day and then the next day driving a school bus. It's totally different. One is fun, one is work, and the Mavic can be work too. So if you're doing real estate or something like that, Mavic's fine. Mavic is a great start. And here's the trick: the general public has no clue about drones. So whatever drone you buy, they don't know the difference. They don't know the difference. These are prescription glasses, by the way. I gotta wear them so I can see where I'm driving. But the general public has no clue what drone is what drone. We do, but that's it. Once they see the propellers and you pull that thing out of the box, they're already impressed. Like that bike you saw under the Christmas tree for the first time. It's that impressive to them. And they should be, because you're a Part 107 certified friggin' FA pilot. Sorry, I get emotional. But you worked your butt off to get where you are, and you deserve that much respect. So don't be afraid. Dump the money in the Inspire. Honestly, if I had to do it all over again, the only thing I would have changed is I would have dumped money into a second body, just for the sake of repairs. For a friend, I did what was it? A parade. I took some photos of a parade, and that was one time I really wish I had two bodies. And nothing big and bad happened. I was still able to complete the job, but there was more I personally wanted to do before I went back for warranty work. All right. Right street here. So which drone to buy? Any of them. If you are just starting out with a drone business, any of them for your business. Now let's talk about training, because here's, oh my God, you need to know this. Let's talk about training. If you want to fly drones for business, it is no joke. It's not easy. If you are getting in fresh like I am, go to Family Dollar today, drop $50 on that cheapo drone that they got there for $50. It flies for like 5 minutes, and that 5 minutes is more than enough. Buy one or two of those. I bought two, and I crashed it and broke it, and I fixed it. I figured out how to fix it. I figured out how to make it fly again, and I bought a second one, and then I broke that one, and then I just put it in the closet and never bothered it again. Now, the next drone you buy, now I'm telling you two specific drones, but buy any drone for $50, because flying is like driving for the first time. No, flying is like riding a motorcycle for the first time. It's challenging. It's not impossible. It's challenging, but it's going to take time. And you don't get on the Ferrari motorcycle first. You don't get on a Ducati Monster and then take off. You start out with, the little Aprilia, and well, I'm sorry, I'm talking motorcycle. You start off with a moped, mini bike. Remember mini bikes? I remember mini bikes. Remember mini bikes? All right, we'll talk about that later. Start out small, and then here is a specific drone to buy if you want to shoot commercially with the drone. The WL Toys Q333 drone. It's $80 or $100 at Amazon. Doesn't matter. You're investing in yourself and your education. How much would you spend for a class to learn how to fly? So $80 on a drone, whatever. Spend it. Let's do this. Let's do this. The WL Toys Q333 drone. WL Toys Q333 Q33 drone. It looks like a ripoff, a total product ripoff of DJI's Inspire 1. But here's the benefit. It flies like an Inspire. It flies like a Phantom. And I crashed that thing. I dropped that thing out of the sky from 30 feet, and it still flies to this day. I've glued it back together. I've gotten dirt in the gears. I took it apart, cleaned it out, learned how the thing works. Do yourself a favor and buy that thing, because it's fun, and it looks like an Inspire, and it flies like an Inspire. The same physics. It's much lighter. It flies lighter. I don't know how to really explain that, how that factors into real life to someone who's never flown before, but it flies lighter than the Inspire. The Inspire is a heavy drone. WL Toys Q33 probably weighs half a pound. But get it. And knock this out of the box. You can do this. This is a piece of cake. You come this far, you can knock this out of the park. All right? Sorry I get emotional about this. But anyways, here, and when you take the Part 107 test, if you haven't taken it yet, they also tell you that being a pilot is something you never stop learning. And I'm learning every day. And here's what I learned today. I did an obstacle course around some trees with 10 grand worth of bird in my hands. And you know what? I didn't crash. It just takes time. You can do this, all right? I don't hear any more excuses. I'm out. Watch this video.